Alright, hey guys, welcome back. Gone for a few minutes. We have set up the quarterfinals Mappool showcase. Now, the pools have gotten bigger. The format's getting bigger. So, these slots are going to be a little different than you might recognize. Not like slot pooling is dead or any Armageddon of that sort, but skill sets have moved around a little bit. I think you'll come to notice it as we start. But for now, we can
Oh,
we can get started with our No Mod 1. See, it's still a bit of a longer consistency map, but not going to be showing you what you normally see on No Mod 1.
Were you talking that entire time, Snail?
No. I was mute for a second.
I thought you cut out. Well,
Oh, I did briefly. I realized it as soon as it happened, though. Yeah, so you just got a 4-minute, 200 BPM map. It's going to give you a mix of aim consistency with some moderate amount of tapping presence mixed in. A bit more of a general consistency with a couple tricks than a real aim map, so to speak.
Yeah, a lot of this map of these maps in quarterfinals were adjusted to the feedback that we received from the poll results that Snail put out earlier this week. So thank you for that. And that also allowed us to go back, look at the older polls, see what people liked the most, and kind of rebuild around that. So this is somewhat more similar to the qualifiers No Mod 1, but it's going to be more like kind of a hard rock one without hard rock skill set wise.
Plus, I think just from a song variety perspective, you don't often get to see Marami pop No Mod 1s.
Especially outside of like foreground eclipse. And whenever they're with like Jiaoyazong or something, that's usually like some sort of alt map. But yeah, aside from that, like big section with the repeating triangle jumps, it only really gets much harder like towards the very end. If you're very comfortable with like standard aim with a little bit of tapping, you should have no problem on this.
It will be interesting to see how No Mod 1 as a slot appears more frequently. or if it will appear more frequently, because no mod 1s have not been picked very often, at least in round of 32, round of 16. Okay, now we get to move onwards to the first major change of the pool. This no mod 2. You might be able to see on the bar below that it is 227 BPM.
Oh my, that's a jump.
Yeah, the biggest glaring change up with the tapping maps this round is basically free mod 1 and no mod 2 are getting swapped. So you'll still have your like low aim focus and your kind of like stamina focus, but this time it's going to be no mod for stamina, and you're not going to get low BPM flow aim for free. You're going to have to take a mod on it.
Oh, I see. That's a pretty good change, honestly.
So yeah, you'll now see, I think, is this the highest star rating map in the pool, housed in no mod 2? Oh, not quite. No, DT2 still
DT2 beats it.
just barely beats it out. But it's very close.
Must be Jetstream.
I think Jetstream's lower SR than this.
Jetstream 1.6.
Jetstream 1.6. That would be a pick. Not a laser tournament, but we custom uploaded a 1.6 edit to Jetstream.
OT Trainer is the greatest tool ever.
So yeah, that just said we've migrated what used to be the free mod 1 slot. Going to be a lot more focused on the actual speed and your consistency at the speed. Less worry about whether or not you can play modded speed maps.
Also notably, I think this is our first OWC original song. This was used in the Osumania World Cup at some point. I don't remember which iteration.
Oh. That's interesting.
Okay, moving on to our no mod 3. Something that came to my attention while pooling for this is that we haven't had any 2U yet. So that just had to change briefly.
Oh my god. What happened there?
Ult's my worst skill set, bro.
Fair enough.
Yeah, also, aside from the round of 32 no mod 3, there's been a very noticeable lack of snap ults within the pools. I think this map will be able to fill out pretty well, while still being somewhat balanced.
This gives me a round of 16 no mod 3 vibes. But it's a little less sharper angle.
It's also considerably faster because it's 1-4 rhythm and not 1-3 rhythm.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Either way, this is a little closer to the round of 32 map. It should be a little more familiar to no mod 3 players. They should feel a little more comfortable on this.
Yeah, I don't remember there being any like standout patterns in this map. So If you're good at ult, you'll do just fine on this. If you're not good at ult, you'll look like this replay.
I can relate to every single miss.
Yeah, I mean, box jump's very reminiscent of character at a higher BPM, I think. And yeah, no standout patterns because a lot of these patterns are repeated, so you're playing the same difficulty spikes at different parts of the map.
Maybe there's that, but
Oh, there's that ending.
low aim never hurt no one.
Alright. On to No Mod 4. No Mod 4 is going to be a little more of the mech tech side of things.
We love Zach.
This map is still like a little bit similar to the Nomad 4 from last round, which some people might not like, but the actual like flow patterns definitely are more technical, and it's also a lower BPM, so it's not going to be as like gatekeeping.
That is a very interesting question.
Yeah, dude.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that 88 teams played qualifiers. A little more randomness in the strength of the top versus middling seeds, because even the middling seeds were performing like top 15% of all players when you think about it from a qualifiers standpoint.
And there's always the chance that like the higher seeded teams are just better at higher SR, more skill capping type of maps, and like struggle on the lower SR.
There's absolutely that chance, but I do think he means why specifically it's happened in this tournament, because it's not a very common occurrence.
I think the format does help a bit. But you get way more bans than you usually do. So if you can't play a certain amount of maps, you just ban all of them by the time the end of the match comes.
That's true. The format definitely helps out lower seeds more so than top seeds. Because if you have a lot of glaring weaknesses, you can just ban the map. Very not all-rounder favorite.
Yeah, whereas seeding is more all-rounder favored.
That is true. Seeding was based on perma-lobbying in quals. However, because there are also map picks before any bans go out, I would suggest that the matches are still played over a wider variety of maps. I think a lot of it is just that the lower versus higher seed matches are a lot more competitive than they usually are, because the lower seeds are still much stronger than the lower seeds are in tournaments that had fewer teams playing qualifiers. 6 slot.
Precision is back, baby.
So we're gonna have double gimmick, no mod 5, no mod 6.
For now,
Or
yeah.
that's gonna change up maybe.
There's always a chance.
No promises about future slots. But yes, the CS8, or it was CS 8.8 from round to 32, is back in no mod.
If you're an avid tournament player, you might have seen this map before from June Tournament 2. It has max rank 5k. I think the pool this was used in was like 6.9 or something. I think that's way too high for this map. It does get a little spiky at times, but there's a lot of free combo.
It is technically a second AR8 map. I don't really think teams are going to be picking this for the AR8.
Yeah, I know from my experience, like these hyper precision maps, even when they're low AR, it's not that noticeable. Because sometimes the higher CS just makes it feel faster. And it's not as dense anyways.
Yeah, I would tell you otherwise, where I cannot play this because it's AR8.
I guess that could happen if you are a hard rock precision main.
Yeah. I have to be comfortable on AR8 to actually play this.
Yeah, also, pretty sure this is our first spin on.
That
So getting some representation there. Yeah, the rhythm in this map also is not completely generic, so you can't just like autopilot on this and only focus on aim. There's a little bit of like a rhythm reading aspect.
Alright, that closes out our no mods. Onto the hidden modification. Got a bit of a faster hidden one this week.
Yeah, we're taking out the AR9 density this week for Hidden 1, just pure awkward aim. Mainly because of the Hidden 2 that we have in mind, but we'll leave that for when it gets there.
I do fear this map would have been a little hard with Hard Rock this week, Wingo.
Just repool it in Hard Rock in another week.
Great idea. Can't reuse maps from tournament to tournament, but what about round to round in the same tournament?
Exactly.
Unexplored territory, I believe.
Really? feel like someone would have
I mean,
done it by now.
Yeah,
I've
probably.
personally never seen it. That doesn't mean it's never happened.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, aside from occasional bursts sprinkled throughout, it's pure awkward.
Oh my gosh.
So you have a bit of an exciting hidden 2. It's 3.73 stars. Easy map.
Oh, for sure.
Oh god.
Just ignore that it's AR5. For the people that have been complaining throughout so far about not like perfect stacks, this map is definitely not for you.
I do love this map. I do think it's about the right difficulty. People will reasonably disagree about how hard this map actually is.
Especially because of the solo. The solo can get kind of tricky sometimes.
You've got lots of quints, lots of triples and singles stacked on top of each other in both directions. You have some 3-4 rhythms. Even if you're a low AR hidden player, this is a learned map. You will not do well if you sight read this map. Do not try. But also, do not be scared off if your sight read score is a bit low. It will be low. The map is really simple if you just take a bit of time and practice it.
Funny story about how we got to this map. In one of the earlier rounds, I originally pitched Dumb Surfer as a Nomad map because I've only ever seen it as free mod or DT. And we figured why not just throw that in instead, but then it's too long. So then we ended up with this.
It's like the same as Dumb Surfer. I'm like, you definitely got from Dumb Surfer to this. Like, there's no way you got...
From Dumb Surfer to Surfer is insane, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so some hidden 3. I think people will be largely familiar with this. Very popular map.
Goated song.
People might be more familiar with the 4WC difficulty that was used as, I think it was around a 32 free mod. But this is the difficulty under, which honestly might be even harder. Nyx, don't worry, there's a lot of mechanics maps coming up later.
Going through the early block, the pool has gotten larger in size. there are some compensating mechanics. They're just a little further down. But some of these maps are also very gimmicked, that is true.
We're getting triple Hard Rock mechanics, right?
There's definitely Hard Rock mechanics.
Let's go.
This solo section in particular, and partially the ending, is really tricky. First time playing it through.
This is hell.
There's a lot of visual noise here. It's a little simpler to play than it looks once you just focus on the heads, because there's a lot of those small sliders. But the rhythm is not that easy. God, this song makes me feel like my phone is ringing.
You can hear it.
This map also has some funky hit sounds, kind of like the Hidden 2 from last week, but it's nowhere near as like notable. It's kind of just stuff.
Okay, I've seen maps use metal pipe as a hit sound once. Don't ask how I found that.
Alright, now we get out of Hidden. Hard Rock begins here. Hard Rock 1, a bit more of a tapping map. Wow, this looks like the speed of light after watching 3 Hiddens.
You're not wrong. Dude, this is such a throwback map for me.
Yeah, if you've been
Oh, yeah?
around since like
Yeah.
2018, 2019, this map used to be really popular when it first came out. It used the whole map set. Also quite a bit of a used map, but we figured it fits really well with what we're trying to go for with Hard Rock 1 this week, so figured might as well. Also haven't had any chiptune music so far.
So yeah, you just have a pretty consistent mechanical Hard Rock 1 with your 210 short streams all over the place.
I imagine if there's anything that is gonna catch players off most of the time, it's gonna be the slider streams, because forced OD10 slider streams can be a little rough at times.
Yeah, they play like normal streams, but it can be a little bit of a jump scare.
I usually aim my cursor to like towards the tail, just to ensure I don't slather break randomly. But then
Patterning.
Yeah, I figured especially after the chaotic map that was Hard Rock 2 last round, something more simple would be very refreshing for players.
Very nice FC by our replayer there. Snurp.
2 for 2. Hard Rock 3. Millie.
Yes, we're putting Millie in Hard Rock 3 again. It happened.
Oh, you sped up the replay.
Yo, this is kind of hard.
What? Hey, the replay's playing at double speed.
Now it's at half.
Now it's at okay, I think this is right speed.
Yeah.
That confused me.
Okay.
It is not really the same as last week's Hard Rock 3 though, despite still being Millie.
Yeah, it still has a little bit of like a rhythm aspect to it, but it's not swing this time. It's more standard, like ulti aim control type of Hard Rock 3.
A little bit of rhythm and finger control thrown in for good measure. The combination of this and the length, I believe this will be one of the lowest scoring maps in the pool.
It's gonna be interesting to see what people are gonna argue is the hardest map, because I think easy contenders is this and Hidden 3, but it might change depending on the type of player.
Yeah, not to really say the difficulty map, just the combination of, it's kind of an odd rhythm map, OD10, smaller circles, 4 minutes. A lot of things that tend to create lower scoring environments all bound up into one map.
Also, on the note of smaller circles, the average circle size of the Hard Rock pool in general is gonna slowly go up as well. So there's a very good chance that there will be another CS 6.5 map later on within the Hard Rock pool.
I love this map.
The sliders.
If you don't really have like a Hard Rock 3 team, at least the song is good, so you can like kind of enjoy that while you're suffering.
Okay, and now on to the double times. The DT one's probably the slot that's changed the least.
Yeah, DT1 this week still has the 10.3 consistency aspect, but this one's more like a 2020 hybrid map. I'll have a little bit of tapping, mainly because of what we decided to do with the new free mods we have, but we'll get to that later. There is also 4 DTs this week now. So that gives us more room to diversify the videos with us. We'll say that with what at least I was seeing with the DT1 last week, because of how little tapping there would sometimes be teams that don't really play DT, taking it and trying to just push through the 10.3. They might have a harder time with DT1 this time. Now that it has that added tapping.
That's certainly true. It's not really what I'd describe as a tapping map, but definitely more of a DT player's exclusive. Especially when you see patterns like that, the idea of trying to follow that as a non-DT player, quite challenging. Okay, continuing the mechanics kick into DT2.
If you have been following the Mappool feedback channel at all, it was either today or yesterday, speed is coming back now, and it will remain for the rest of the tournament.
255 BPM.
Notably the same BPM as the DT1, but way more tapping burst oriented.
Yeah, star rating's reaching a point where it feels like real speed does start to exist.
And on the note of star rating, this is actually the highest star map in the pool, overtaking Nomad 2 by 0.02 at 6.68. But it really doesn't feel that much of an over-exaggeration, and speed in general is kind of overstarred.
Yes, this is also notably the same BPM as the Qual's DT2. Fittingly for a same difficulty pool.
Yeah, the major change-up is, I'm pretty sure it's like a minute longer or something. So it's definitely going to be more stamina draining than the qualifiers ended up being. So if you're having a hard time with that, you're probably going to have an even harder time with this.
Okay, on to DT3. Which does have another special something about it. besides the song that many of you probably recognize. This is in fact the second 10.3 map in the same pool.
Yeah, so from now on, there's going to be at least 2 10.3 or above maps within the DT pool. Preferably one that's either aim or aim control-ish, one being tapping related. I also saw in Mappool feedback someone was talking about wanting like an older style DT3 to show up at some point, and this map is from 2015/2016, so their request was granted.
I was about to ask if you consider that old, then you realize it's been like 8 years, 9.
It's like 10 years or something, yeah.
Damn, time moves. A revelation for us all.
I know.
Also,
So
more of a like standard finger control pick, which we haven't really seen since like the round of 32 DT2.
Yes, that's going to be a fair challenge to the tapping players, making sure that you also keep up your 10.3 reading. And our new DT4 slot.
Oh, this is an interesting replay.
Yeah,
Your
this
replay
is
gathering was something this week.
this is probably the last map that I think is like in contention for hardest map in the pool, because like while there is actually a lot of downtime in this map, it's relatively high CS for a DT4. It's CS 4.8, and when it spikes really hard.
So this is the real jump scare map.
And here you've got a little more rhythm mixed into your DT.
But once the KI starts, it's gonna lean into that heavy aim control aspect that we're looking for with DT4 this week.
This is a little bit of our leaning back into something a little gimmicky in DT. See the tornado stream there.
Yeah, for the people that have been concerned that the DT3s from previous rounds haven't been like real alt maps, this should change their mind. This is very much real alt now.
Yeah, on the flip side, we don't really have any low AR DT this week. There was a sense that we had enough low AR around the pool.
There is always a chance that low AR DT can show up later. Not out of consideration. Yeah, aside from that small little section, I imagine the majority of times this map is picked will be decided by that big ki and who can last through it.
Okay, trying out the new free mod alignment with 4 free mod maps. This is the new free mod 1 style. It's not quite the free mod ones you've been used to, but it's still absolutely a tapping map.
I hear the break core.
Yeah, this is the low BPM flow aim switch up we were talking about earlier. Obviously the normal mod considerations are still up, but I imagine not many teams are going to take double hidden, just because hidden flow aim is pretty rare, and hard rock flow aim is not really something you see within 5-digit or much of like outside of Open Ring tournaments in general, so having this here in Free Mod 1 provides a relatively unique experience.
What do you think the frequency of easy might be on this map?
I would see someone pretty easy on this.
There
I think
are
it's
definitely
absolutely
people that
easyable. I don't know if it's gonna be many though.
I did forget to mention though, while we were talking about highest difficulty, Hard Rock 1 is the highest starred map. Or not Hard Rock 1. Free Mod 1, this map with Hard Rock is the highest. Because this goes up to 6.71. But as we're watching the map, it clearly doesn't seem like it.
I love spacing, inflating the star rating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, space streams are, you know, PP meta for a reason.
Yeah, this map is your like standard speed flow aim farm. And there are a couple, like a handful of DT scores on the leaderboard. It's arguably like just as challenging on its own with Hard Rock.
Damn, nice score.
Thank you.
So that should be a fun one. Free mod 2, very much still an anti-mod, but once again, we've got an anti-mod that doesn't really look like the ones we've had before.
Oh my god, grid mapping.
Grid mapping free mod 2.
Yep, we're finally having another grid mapping map. I think the first one was Hard Rock 2, but this one has way more of a reading aspect in its spikes than your usual grid map. So it should still be pretty interesting for the hidden and easy players when that still shows up, but definitely not like completely standard.
I'm sure you can see some of those reading sections even with Hard Rock on there.
You gotta keep my eye out for the reverse slider.
Yeah, with the potential mod combination that we haven't seen yet, I feel that this map has the highest chance so far of being easy flashlightable. Because from what I remember, flashlight is allowed. There's just like nothing crazy special about it.
It is allowed. No one has gone it yet because there's nothing particularly incentivizing you to take flashlight, and it's quite a hard mod to use, period.
But yeah, if you've ever considered it, this might be the time.
Okay, free mod 3, we've got a little bit of rhythm.
Finally,
With a very happy Kirby. And yeah, I don't think we've had M2U either. Bunch of popular artists that we still need to get in somewhere.
And this map was made recently by NeoBlazer25, otherwise known as Boombox, which I do know he was signed up for this tournament, but I don't think his team made it past qualifiers. So while that is unfortunate, it gives us more maps to use.
You say that like we can't use the maps of players in the tournament. Something we've already done.
That is true.
Have we? I don't know.
Quals Hidden 1 was by Alvieria, who was playing in the tournament.
Oh, I see.
We also used the Gordon collab this week. And Gordon is also in the tournament.
He's still playing too.
True.
So you've got a bit of a flow rhythm mix here. The map has several changes from 1.3 to 1.4 to 1.6 at different sections, and some decent flow spacing. But it's also already over because it's quite short.
Oh damn, yeah, 145.
Yeah, pretty sure it's our shortest map in the pool.
Okay, free mod 4 is gonna be a bit of an interesting slot.
I was not expecting this.
We've got some high BPM aim. A bit of a more mechanical free mod slot again, but not tapping this time.
The idea with free mod 4 is kind of similar to what we had with free mod 1, is have a skill set that's actually pretty common with players, but isn't actually used that often, if ever, in tournaments. And we figured like the high BPM aim, kind of farmy, more aim slop style is something that you almost never see, and could be a pretty cool idea as a free mod. There's no way you could fit it in as a BT. Free mod works just as fine.
This is from the rank set, right?
Yeah.
This is from the ranked set, one of the lower diffs. So yeah, I would say this is a mechanics free mod 4. Just a bit of a different style of mechanics.
It's still single tappable.
It's 240, so it is single tappable for faster players for sure. I also can't remember the last time I saw a Katagiri bootleg in a tournament pool.
Yeah, especially outside of speed. Usually you just see Katagiri within speed, but Katagiri within aim is a decent changeup.
There's like one other A map I can think of, but that was like an OWC, so.
You know? Oh, that's an unfortunate miss.
Yeah. Oh well. Still pretty strong replay on the whole. Yeah, format's gonna be opening up. Slots are getting a little more varied. We've got more room to test more skill sets and more bans per round. Starting in quarters, each team will get to ban 4 maps per round.
That is great. What doesn't seem that long? Even though there's like 4 more slots, 3 or 4 more slots, it's not seem that longer than round of 16.
As a 21 map pool, the sum total length of all maps, including tiebreaker, is 15 seconds shy of 1 hour. Comparably, the round of 16 is about 10 minutes shorter, actually.
Oh,
But it is with 4 fewer maps.
Yeah, and the average drain outside of TV is actually shorter this week. It was 246 for a round of 16, and now it's 243.
All right, it is time for the tiebreaker. It has been selected for quarterfinals.
baby metal. This looks harder than like anything in the map. So much rhythm complexity.
There is a lot of rhythm in this because this whole map is constantly jumping between 1-4 rhythms and 1-3 rhythms, but in very different ways each time.
Yeah, and the Monstrata map of this, which is the original, is way more jarring than this one. It was also obviously at a way higher star rating and wouldn't fit for 6.5.
Yeah, I think the Monstrata set is 7.4 or 7.5 while being more of a tech map. And if this tournament has shown us anything so far, I expect this to be played.
Oh, for sure.
This has been a tiebreaker heavy tournament so far.
Oh, what did you miss on? I missed it.
I like slightly
Slider
under
break.
into slider. Map's not completely over yet though. It has this slow outro section that's actually like harder than it looks. It's because it still has a little bit of that rhythm change up.
Oh god,
more aim.
oh god. Dude, you're gonna kill someone with nerves.
Yeah, this ending is not very hard if you're playing it normally, but if you're holding an FC to the end of a TB and think you need to hold it,
Oh,
it's gonna make you very sad. You know, it probably is pretty similar to Vanitas. Kind of a streamy metal map, but taking lots of breaks from those streams to be a bit more technical with rhythm changes and some alti patterns.
For sure. Except like a few magnitudes easier.
Much
Yeah,
easier than
quite a bit.
Vanitas, yes. All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone that was here. That is the quarterfinals pool that you'll be playing next week. The map pool will be going live a bit later. Sometime today through tonight, before Monday at least. Bracket schedule and defaults will be going live at the same time, followed shortly thereafter by the stats page for round of 16. As for everyone who has a match, good luck. I can't wait to see how the format evolves with the growth from best of 9 to best of 11 and with these bigger pools. And yeah, like always, good luck to everyone.
See you guys
Hope
next
to see
week.
some tiebreakers.
See you next week.